Hello, so today I want to speak about the hierarchy of the Big Five, starting with the two metatraits, which are stability and plasticity. So as for plasticity, it concerns or the beta metatrait. It is opposed to rigidity, and it concerns exploration, that in the case of creation of new goals, interpretations, and strategies. And for stability, so the alpha metatrait, it is opposed to unstable or instability, and it concerns the protection of goals, interpretations, and strategies from disruption by impulses. And what about plasticity? So plasticity is divided in two domains of the Big Five: extraversion and openness intellect. Extraversion is opposed to reserved and is concerned with behavioral exploration and engagement with specific rewards. And openness intellect is opposed to being unimaginative and is concerned with cognitive exploration and engagement with information. Extraversion is divided into two aspects: assertiveness and enthusiasm. Assertiveness is opposed to being submissive, and enthusiasm is opposed to being enthusiastic. Assertiveness concerns incentive reward sensitivity, that is, drive towards goals, and enthusiasm is consummatory reward sensitivity, that is, enjoyment of actual or imagined goals attainment. As for openness intellect, openness intellect is opposed to being unimaginative, and it is cognitive exploration and engagement with information. So first, intellect is opposed to being unintellectual. It's the detection of logical or causal pattern in abstract and semantic information. And as for openness to experience, it is opposed to being imperceptive, and it is the detection of spatial and temporal correlational patterns in sensory and perceptual information. Now, as for stability, stability, as we said, is opposed to being rigid, and stability is concerned with three domains of the Big Five: neuroticism, the contrary of being unflappable, neuroticism reversed; conscientiousness, the opposite of being unreliable; and agreeableness, the opposite of being selfish. So as for neuroticism, it is all that concerns defensive responses to uncertainty, threat, and punishment. It is divided into two aspects: withdrawal, anxiety, depression, the opposite of being self-assured. It is passive avoidance, inhibition of goals, interpretations, and strategies in response to uncertainty or error. And volatility is the contrary of being even-tempered, and it is the active defense to avoid or eliminate threats. Conscientiousness is the opposite of being unreliable. It is protection of non-immediate or abstract goals and strategy from disruption. First, it has two aspects to it: industriousness, the contrary of being undisciplined. It is prioritization of non-immediate goals; and orderliness, the opposite of being disorganized, and it is the opposite of avoidance of entropy by following, so it is avoidance of entropy by following rules set by self or others. And thirdly, agreeableness, the opposite of being selfish. It is altruism and cooperation, coordination of goals, interpretation, and strategies with those of others. First, it is the aspect of compassion, the opposite of being callous. It is emotional attachment to others and concern for others. And secondly, politeness, the opposite of being belligerent. It is the suppression and avoidance of aggressive or non-violating impulses and strategies. So that's all for the hierarchy of the big five, starting with plasticity and stability.